Yo, what is good, YouTube fam? It is your boy, joefitjohnson, back at it again, bringing y'all some fire content. So we are gonna do episode 2 of advice that I would tell to my younger self. This is a series that I started. It seems like you guys like it. We're gonna go through 5 or 7 pieces of advice that I would give to my younger self to become financially free, location free, and time free. If you don't know, my name is joefitjohnson. I'm currently in Uluwatu, Bali. I've been a digital nomad for the past year. I've been a digital entrepreneur for 5 years, and I got game. I'm a model, international model. I model for Nike, model for a bunch of companies. I come from Minneapolis, Minnesota. We've come far, so I've got a lot of advice. I'm a young old nigga, and I'm here to give y'all some sauce. Make sure you watch to the end. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. And make sure you take down some notes. All right, let's get into it. All right, so the first piece of advice that I would give to almost anyone, to be honest, is move out of your hometown. Moving out of your hometown is such an important aspect of growth and thinking outside of the box. I saw this meme the other day, this meme the other day that explained a fish doesn't know it's in water until it's out of water, right? You will never know the box that you're stuck in until you escape that box, right? We know that that box or that water is comfortable, right? It's where you grew up, it's where you're familiar, it's where you're stable. But until you actually escape that box, whether that be another country, another city, you will never understand the reality that's shaped your mind, shaped your belief system, shaped your perception, right? From the beliefs that you have about money, the beliefs that you have about spirituality, religion, relationships, just the programming, right? I think each city, each town, each state, each country all has its own programming. And I didn't really realize how much of a program that I was under until I left to LA, right? And then I was in LA for years, and then I went to New York, and then I left the States and went to a different country. And all of those have given me such a different perspective of life and different game. Like when I go back home to Minnesota, I see the paradigm and the program that's been built there. It's like, okay, everybody there, not everybody, but you know, the programming there, usually in the hometown is like, okay, go to college, have kids, have a family, buy a home. Like work the 9 to 5, maybe invest in a little real estate, etc. But then when you go to places like LA or New York, where there's a lot of right? A lot of travelers, it's a melting pot of like people chasing their dreams. You begin to see, not only to see, but meet other people that have the like mind of like, I escaped my hometown because it was the same thought process. It was the same acceptance of mediocrity. Not saying that lifestyle is mediocre, but I just, in my personal opinion, I don't think that's what life's about, right? Not my opinion, my experience. I don't think that's all that life is about, right? That American dream. And you'll never, I think, just escape the hometown. You'll meet different people, especially if you have big dreams. You have to leave your hometown, period. This may sound crazy. Couple things. Dream bigger than big. There's a book called The Magic of Thinking Big. Read it. It's a must read. The reason I say this is dream big, right? And don't worry about the how, right? Don't think about all the steps. Don't stress yourself out overthinking about how am I gonna reach that $1 million? How am I gonna buy that house? How am I gonna become a model? How am I gonna, whatever your dreams are, how am I gonna get to Bali? How am I gonna make money online? Like, sure, the how is important, but what's more important is that you take action on what you feel in your heart. You feel me? And focus on self-development. Focus on that personal development, because you can only create, the only reason why I'm here in Bali is because I created myself to be the person that can make money online, right? And I knew that I wanted to make money online because I knew that I wanted to travel, and I knew that I literally have the video where I fired my job in 2019, pre-COVID. I fired my job, I quit my job. I'm like, I vlogged it. I'm like, this is my last day punching a clock. I invested 10K into my mentor, learned how to start an online company, and ever since I have never punched a clock again. All praise to the Most High. And that's because I didn't know how. I didn't know I'd be an online fitness coach. When I got into fitness, I didn't get into fitness because I wanted to teach people how to get fit. I wanted to transform my body, right? I wanted to get right, and I fell in love with fitness, and I fell in love with transforming not only myself, but I brought people along with me. When I transformed, my friends were like, hold on, how did you, wait, this nigga's going crazy, you feel me? And I started teaching people, and then I built my online company. And then at the gym, just like I am now, me and my friend would take photos every day after the gym. I built a following, you feel me? This was way before online coaching was ever popular. People were still focused on personal training. Shout out to my mentor, Sterling Griffin. OG, if you know, you know. But the reason why I say the how doesn't matter, but the knowing, right? I always knew I'd be a multimillionaire. I know, like I've always, I could have $0 in my bank account. Even when I was in Minnesota, ain't never even touched 50 racks, 100 racks. I always knew that I'd be highly successful because I have the drive. I just have a feeling, right? I have a feeling, and I know that that's what I want. I know that I was put here for a big reason. I know that a lot of y'all feel like y'all were put here. Hold on, let me get a this. I know a lot of y'all feel like y'all are put here for a bigger reason than just to work a regular job. You feel me? But to help people. But the reason why I say this is also, when I first got into modeling, no, fuck that. Back when I lived in Minnesota, I always had visions and dreams of modeling, right? I used to go to the mall and be like, how do people get up here? How do people start modeling, right? And I had no idea how, right? But I did know one thing. Something was put into my heart to go to LA, right? This was right after my fitness transformation. Go to LA, because LA would be one step closer to becoming that model. In Minnesota, I'm like, this probably ain't gonna happen. But if I go to LA, at least maybe somebody can see me. Maybe somebody be like, hey, you got a cool look, you want a model type shit. That was the hope at that point, right? So I had no idea how, but I knew I could model. I knew I could get there, and I had this exact same camera. I've had this, I mean, I've broken a few models, but it's still the A6400. I would have my friends take photos of me, and that's why I'm so good with photos and video now, because I've always, everything that I've done up until now has become a product of my success. From videography to camera to fitness. I used to take skate videos. I used to take jerking videos, pause, you know. But yeah, all of these have become an asset to what I do now to monetize my lifestyle and create my personal brand and to help others. But all that is to say, the how does not matter. The knowing, the belief in self, and the willingness to put in the work. The willingness to take leaps of faith. The willingness, like I moved to New York on a week's notice. My car broke down. Go for it. My car broke down. And I always said, if my car broke down, I'm moving to New York. My car broke down, I moved to New York. Period. That's it. You feel me? I found a room on Facebook Marketplace. It was like $700 right in Jersey. It wasn't even New York, it was in Jersey. I take the bus over to New York each day. But it's like, are you willing to take the steps? It's not about how am I gonna get to modeling for Nike. It's about how can I get in front of the right people, right? It's not the how, it's the knowing and the willingness to walk by faith, not by sight. All right, gang, so listen up. I'm gonna say this once, and I'm gonna say it over and over and over again. You have to learn how to be by yourself, gang. Don't be out here chasing girls. Don't be out here looking for whether it be a guy or a girl. It's a superpower to learn how to be by yourself, because one, it increases focus. Two, it makes you less codependent on having somebody around. You know what I'm saying? So many people are just used to having somebody around, or they get used to having somebody around where, one, they're distracted, and a lot of times, a lot of partners and a lot of relationships aren't conducive for the goals that you say that you want. You feel me? Like, how you say you want to be fit, and then you date in a big bag that don't have no aspirations to a gym, don't want to do nothing but sit around and eat. How you say you want to build a business, but the person that you're dating questions why you spend so much time at the gym, or question why you invest into a mentor, or isn't encouraging you to read books, or to stop smoking that weed, or to stop going to the bar and drinking, and to stop doing these low performing habits. You have to be able to understand what kind of partner is beneficial and in line with your goals and your future self. But it's not their fault, it's your fault, because you need to also be able to become that person so that you can attract that person. So that's why I say it's powerful to just be alone, bro, man. Like, it's cool, because then you get real solitude. You feel me? Like, you get to be, you're not bored when you're alone. You get me? Like, I'm cool with being alone. I've been here in Uluwatu for the past month. I got me a nice little villa loft. I don't really talk to nobody. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no teams. You feel me? I ain't went out. You feel me? I just been at the crib working. You feel me? Like, meditating, eating. You know what I'm saying? Doing push-ups, you feel me, in the gym. This gym is empty, ain't no teens in here. Usually in Bali, there'd be teens at the gym. Out in Uluwatu, this is a nice big gym, and it'd be no and that's cool. Stay focused. friends. And this may sound a little harsh, but do not listen to those, or at least be wary of taking advice from those that are not where you want to be, right? A lot of times our family, our friends, they got good intention when we tell them our goals, or we're like, oh, we want to move here, we want to build this. They got good intentions in being like, oh no, my friend X, Y, and Z did that and it didn't go right. Or, you know, oh, my family used to say like, don't move to California, it's gonna break off into the ocean. Or tell me stories about how their friend moved to California and they was homeless and didn't make it and came back. And you gotta understand, they're doing this from a place of care, but their vision is not your vision, right? Or if you're like when I invested 10K into my mentor, I didn't tell my mom, I didn't tell nobody, because I already knew that they wouldn't accept that. But they also have never built a 6-figure, 7-figure business, so why would I take their advice, no offense, on how to build a 6 or 7-figure business, or how to, when I came to Bali, they're like, don't go to Bali, don't go to, like, what, you leaving? But why would I, no offense, but you have to be wary and understand it comes from a place of care, but you also have to listen to those that are where you want to go, have been where you want to go, and just be conscious of the opinions and the advice that you take from people, because they do sit and soak within us. And a lot of times those be our limiting beliefs. Most of the time it don't come from ourselves. It comes from things that we've heard from other people that may have failed or may have low self-esteem or low self-belief. They project their thoughts and failures onto you. So you have to understand that. So I hope that this was helpful. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. I know I chat a bit, but I hope it's valuable. I know it's valuable. So hopefully your attention span, I know that we're in a goldfish age, but I hope that, you know, these different angles and things help you to be able to stay tapped in and watch the full video. Either way, love y'all. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. We out. Peace.